OK, well, listen, let's pick up some of those points,
but
actually. We can speak to Professor Nishan Canagarajah. He's the Vice-Chancellor at the University of Leicester. Morning to you. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. So just tell us what's going on at Leicester University. Have you had many cases?
We haven't. We have about 1,000 students on campus, and we have staggered the arrivals, so a few more students will be arriving during the week. And we had some teacher training students start about 3 weeks ago, and we only had one case, and that was dealt with the public health authorities locally.
And what are you doing? You're screening, are you, pupils and staff, students and staff?
Yeah, that's what we're planning to do. We are starting today because, as we know, that young people are non-symptomatic. So we want to reassure our staff and students. So we are running our own screening program, and we will be able to test on campus. And then if anybody has symptoms, we can do the pillar 2 testing on campus as well without burdening the NHS. And this will be on a voluntary basis, but we think it's important to reassure the staff and students. And depending on the outcome of the screening, we can relax or increase the restrictions.
OK, so what if you had an outbreak, a few more cases, what restrictions would you be putting on your students?
So at the moment, we are putting a lot of effort to provide a blended learning experience for our students. So though a lot of the students who come here need to get some face-to-face teaching as well. And what we are hoping is that we can continue. But if there is an outbreak, we will work with our local public health authority, and then might have to go. And I think the Department of Education has given us clear guidance in terms of 4 tiers under which we need to operate. And clearly, if we are in tier 3 or tier 4, it only has to be online. And I hope it doesn't come to that.
One last question, if I can, Professor. I wanted to know also what kind of guidance and practical support you've got from the government. Is that enough for you?
So we have got some guidance from the Department of Education, and that has been very helpful. But I think we need to make sure we get timely advice from Department of Education, and especially at the moment, what we need to do is to reassure our students. I think there's enough anxiety, and at the moment, any anxiety will exacerbate the situation. So what we want is some clarity, timely information, and I think we will work with the government, Department of Education, to give that assurance to our students.
Clarity on what specifically?
So at the moment, there is a lot of discussion about what happens in Christmas, what happens in terms of fee rebate. And I think what we need to do is to get the term started, because it's still early days. We need to see what impact that's going to have on our students' learning. And then we will need to work with the government and see how do we support our students, because we want to make sure they get value for money and the right experience.
OK, Vice-Chancellor of University of Leicester, thank you very much indeed. I'm glad we were able to pick up those points. Thank you.